Diffusion essentially is helping clients look at their thoughts rather than look at the world from their programmed thoughts. You see, it's hard to control what you think. Words have this automaticity to it, and they have a lot of power behind them. Words are automatic. You can't control all the things that you think. What we're trying to do with diffusion is teach our clients that just because you thought it doesn't mean it has to control you. Now, you might be saying something while you're sitting in this webinar going, I can control my thoughts. You can't. I know what you're going to think in 30 seconds. You, somewhere out in the internet. There are people all over the world on this webinar right now. And I know exactly what you're going to think in 30 seconds. If you learned English as your first language, I know what you're going to think in 25 seconds. You have no idea what you're going to think in 20 seconds, but I do. You've known you your whole life. I don't even know who you are because we're on a webinar right now, but I know what you're going to think in 10 seconds. As long as you stay in this environment with me, the environment will change in such a way that you are going to have a certain thought in 5 seconds and you can't stop it. Mary had a little. I know what you just thought. The world sets us up to have certain thoughts, and we can't help it. And we could talk about other things. That's the 1-2 punch of language that we have to come across. The first is it's automatic. You can't even control some of the thoughts that happen. The environment sets us up. And words are powerful. Words are so powerful. If we had more time, I would tell a little story about a lemon. Talk about a really juicy lemon. About a lemon that I got right here in my hand. Maybe you could imagine that you have a lemon somewhere in your room where you're sitting for this webinar. And can you imagine this really ripe lemon gets cut in half? And as this lemon gets cut in half, all of a sudden, a lot of lemon juice starts to splay out in a big puddle around that lemon. And then you pick up that lemon, that really ripe, juicy, sour lemon, and you take it, and you squeeze that lemon juice right into your mouth and feel the tingle of the lemon juice the sides of your mouth, down your throat. And squeeze it in and sip that lemon juice into your mouth and then lick the rind of that lemon right now. There are people all around the world listening to this podcast or webinar salivating. You're salivating now, even though I very highly doubt that you've got a lemon in front of you. That's how powerful words are. So you can't help but think certain things. Mary had a little. And words can be powerful. I could say words right now. It would just be sounds coming out of my larynx, popping around because of my lips and my tongue, and certain sounds would be made, and it might make you hang up, might make you angry, might make you laugh. They're just words I'm saying into a microphone going across the internet. That's how powerful words are. But they don't have to be. Words don't have to be powerful. We can teach our clients about diffusion. Fusion is when two things stick together. What we want to do is defuse words. We want to pull the word away from its meaning if it's not helpful. We want to help people look at their thoughts, not from their thoughts. And I'm going to ask you to do something very simple right now. If you're willing to do it, this exercise, just go ahead and wiggle your toes. If you don't mind doing this, that would be great. Just go ahead and wiggle your toes in your shoes, maybe you're barefoot, whatever. Just wiggle your toes. Now, say to yourself, and if you just say it to yourself. You don't even have to say it out loud. I can't wiggle my toes. No matter what I do, I can't wiggle my toes. But keep doing it. If you stopped wiggling your toes because you said it, there's a little bit of fusion there. Keep wiggling your toes. Keep moving. Now think to yourself, just privately, I can't wiggle my toes. I can't wiggle my toes. Look at that. Language does not have to have an impact on our behavior. Language can have a strong influence on our behavior, as the screen says, but the reality is it doesn't have to. We like to teach our clients with this diffusion principle that you can look at the thoughts. Just because you're having the thought, I am a bad person, doesn't mean you are a bad person or have to do something bad. Just because you tell yourself, I need to get a drink, doesn't mean you have to go get the drink. I'm not Pollyanna. I'm not saying that words aren't powerful. Sometimes that thought, man, I've just got to go to the bar and get a drink, can have an impact on you. It obviously does for hundreds of thousands of people in the United States every day who are alcoholic. But it doesn't have to. We want to capitalize on that concept in acceptance and commitment therapy. We want to see if we can disentangle our clients' thinking from their behavior. Have them look at the fact that they're having a thought. You can't help some of your thoughts from coming. Trying to resist is silly. Mary had a little. You can't help but have that thought. The world sets us up